Hello, Mega Damage out back for another video. Last time we were like doing a bunch of preparations, and I see you're there though. and then we were interrupted by Sparkle, so playing the bomb. So now we're gonna do the 1000 bomb.
Oh, by the laughter! To think you've seen through my disguise this quickly! Honestly, my dear Miss
Enough time. Let's see if we use a bomb.
Keep your shirt on! A watched pot never boiled. I'm on to you. You're here because you accepted bribes from the duplicitous and corrupt leader of that Sparkle gang. The scoundrel who wants to become mayor of Sparkle. This evil city has fallen into depravity. As the sheriff doll, I cannot idly stand by and do nothing. And now, only this imaginary neutron bomb can complete. If you wish to defeat me, you'll have to face off against the great Sparkle's dogs. They're my fiercely loyal companions.
Okay, so I have to fight now. Great.
Still the same old. Dreams do come true.
Grace. I sense a storm.
I didn't see any.
Heaven's Search. Celestial Dragon.
Okay, there.
Break!
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose when to strike. Give me strength!
Great teamwork. Still the same old.
Don't need this style. Demon depart! Tasty. Don't come any closer.
Move aside, amateurs. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
The mood is set just. Let the show begin.
Awaken, dormant scales. Delve, hidden moon. World-cleansing dragon. Grace.
Stay in step.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Heaven's Search. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
Wait for the tiles before you start counting. Do we have to fight? Give me strength!
Do not fret. I wish not to use the strength.
Let's do this one.
Better late than never.
That was nice.
To think I was defeated by the despicable underling of Blaze and Bro. You'll never get away with this. Because I'm just an adorable doll. Not some imaginary neutron bomb.
Oh my gosh. we're probably to fight Sparkle.
28 minutes, 46 seconds. 28 minutes, 45 seconds.
You're here.
How's the bomb situation? Sparkle went back.
Looks like she also sent you a message. Since you're here, I'll just keep it short. Just over half an hour ago, I received a message from an
27 minutes, 52 seconds. 27 minutes, 50.
The Sweet Dream has lost the protection of the Order. If it were to blow up here, the consequences would be unfathomable. I've scrutinized it for a long time, but the bomb's design is incredibly unique. Apart from its creator, I fear no one knows how to deactivate.
Then we just have to find that person. Mommy, I don't want to die.
Actually, do you still remember? The script, I think this moment heralds the third time.
Give me a second. Yeah. Okay, make. Nah. What's your plan? Yeah, I don't think
You may already know that I have no way of evoking dreams. I employ a Stellaron Hunter's special method in order to enter dreams instead. This allows me to perform as long as I can bear the pain of the Memoria pressure. I'll be able to dive into the primal memory zone beyond the dream. I will take this bomb into the depths of the dreamscape, as deep as possible, where there are no living souls around.
What about you?
Don't worry. I believe that this Firefly armor will be enough to take me to where I need to go before the countdown ends. And maybe even make it back safely. At present, this is our best and most logical course of action. After all, a long story deserves a happy ending. I have some words to share with you, though they were spoken to me by Miss Acheron. She said that the so-called impossible is merely some... At the moment, there are so many things that seem impossible. But are they really never going to happen? Maybe it's just that the moment to disprove these impossibilities, whether it be a literal ending, suffering akin to death, or a harrowing deathscape. Before the appointed destination arrives, they are all the same. That when that moment arrives for us to make a choice, the answer to our end, it is not destiny that shapes us, but we who shape destiny.
Tell the Destiny Slave, I guess.
The Astral Express and the Stellaron Hunters are like light and shadow. We walk on different paths, intertwined, moving forward and growing together. Maybe the end is predestined, but it is not today.
Since things are going too well, let's speed up the countdown.
Human life is short, just like fireflies to a flame. So if you have an answer in your heart, always remember, don't leave with any regrets. We have this right, don't we?
That is the most fucking cruel.
Since you care so much about other people's safety, why don't you go take a closer look?
You see, everything is possible in this land of dreams. We each came here with our own goals and
so
realized them in unimaginable ways. Regardless if the result was a sweet illusion or a bitter reality. It was an answer we longed for, day and night.
Hey, you're so
So, why do people choose to slumber? I think it's as you said. Because in the end, we will wake up from our dreams.
The POV.
When I arrived, I happened to see a child holding it. He said the flowers were prepared by Aunt Jessie for the watchmaker and the war comrade he'd missed his whole life. Mikhail would place 2 bunches of flowers here year after year. And your wishes will always be remembered by someone. Now, Penacony, as you hoped, has welcomed the dawn after a long, dark night. The path forward may not be a bed of roses, but at least people are prepared to step forth. Tiernan, you can go home now. While the Nameless are also preparing for the next stop of their voyage.
But before leaving, we still have one last thing
To say goodbye to you.
It is my honor. I've said many goodbyes. Yet I am glad that this is the first time I speak these words with a smile. But before leaving, I'm sure you all have plenty to say to the Nameless of the past. A fitting end to the tale of the departed. One could not ask for a better farewell. Go on. They're all
Oh, wait, is this? But with the Gallagher. It's like a doll.
That statue. It wasn't here.
Looks like this is the last riddle that Mr. Gallagher left for us. In the end, we still failed to figure out his true identity, or if he was even a living person.
What should I say? I mean, this guy is definitely a history fictionologist, all right. I'm suddenly reminded of the time at the theme park when he said he was only 13 years old. Could that have meant something too? Either way, he's an enigmatic character for sure. At least our journey together in Penacony was real enough. And his loyalty and love for this land must...
Toast.
Gallagher, we raise a toast to the festival's invitation. To all lies, and if we ever meet again, please don't talk in riddles.
That's funny. Yeah, man. To the Nameless.
Honestly, when I heard the conductor's request, I was pretty the Nameless. Those who trailblaze, doing good deeds but never seeking recognition. After all this time, how would we even find those? But it seems...
History may not remember the names of the dead, but the star, the first glimmer of light in the prolonged night, often illuminates little. But because of this, people will remember. As long as something shines in the night sky, then when the first star falls, countless more will follow, streaking across the horizon.
The toast.
Brooklyn Tiernan, Rosalina, Jay, and Estella. We raise a toast to you, trailblazers of the Silver Rail. A toast to history that no longer remains silent. The passionate and courageous pursuit, and a voyage that you...
Alright, one more. Final say bye to Michaela. Or Mika. You know, that's so surprising that Mika was like a fucking watchmaker. I know they had a connection, but I didn't know that was that connection. I thought he'd be like a new watchmaker.
Is the Astro Express ready to depart Penacony?
Apologies, Mr. Mika, that we are only now bidding you for...
Oh, that's all right. You've all done so much for the Watchmaker, and we are forever indebted. Allow me, as the representative of Dreamflux Reef,
to make another toast to all the nameless.
What will the people of Dreamflux Reef do now?
Many will continue to live here. Those accustomed to being awake will mostly have a hard time getting used to a life of darkness with their eyes closed. Though the order has faded, there must be someone to watch over the... Penacony's nights are long, and there are many who are still far from a good night's sleep. As for the sweet dream of... we're still managing without it.
Toast.
Mika and residents of Dreamflux Reef, we raise a toast to you. Watchers, to your tenacity throughout time, to each sorrowful night, and to the dawn that is finally upon us.
Alright. To Mikhail.
In the end, we still came full circle. This trailblazing expedition started from the moment you and a bellboy ran into each other. After going on a journey of many twists and turns, they still just like a clock's hands that turn round and round. The start and end of each day will always land on 12 o'clock. The advent of time moving forward. There shouldn't be much left to say. This entire adventure started because of you, and should naturally end with you. And then, a new page will be turned.
Toast.
Mikhail Char Legwork, we raise a toast to you, watchmaker of the land, to Penacony's past, present, future, and the child's unwavering dream unto death.
With that, our duty as nameless should be complete, right?
The trailblaze can illuminate the way. But ultimately, the future of a world belongs to those who...
I still feel that Mr. Mikhail must have really wanted to witness this day himself.
What's on your mind, March?
Just a strange feeling. I had it a few stops ago, but it's...
Why not talk about it? Maybe everyone's thinking.
I wonder.
I can't help but think that whether it's Mr. Mikhail, Mr. Tiernan, or Madame Roz... they were also young once. Stumbling and bumbling around just like us. Getting into scraps and mischief, that sort of stuff. Companions, enemies, journeys, adventures, all the sad and happy memories. The everyday that we're used to. But those things are all in the past.
Time will wash away everything and go so treasure the present. One day our speak for the past.
Yeah. Maybe that's the... It'll be easier to understand if I use an analogy. Like when you're reading a book. If one of its characters keeps running into obstacles and experiences an ending full of regrets, we're bound to feel a bit mixed.
I could understand, but I feel like no one would voraciously through them.
To me, it's because we've seen every nook and cranny of their lives. So, even if there are parts of it that aren't really realistic nor logical, we still hope that their story gets a good... But what if they... When Mr. Mikhail sat in this chair, waiting for the Astral Express to arrive every day, what was he thinking? And if, at the end of his life, he could still firmly... Then, what is this...
I think each and every one of us is searching for the answer to this very question. The universe is vast, and our lives are but specks. The trailblaze never ends, but against the backdrop of the cosmos, the average person's lifelong journey is merely a short stretch. It is in this minuscule distance that paths cross and countless worlds connect. The universe may not remember every person who leaves a tie along the silver rail, but we will, as long as we remember, their stories will never end. And what Mr. McHale has left for us is his answer to this very question. It may not be perfect, but it left a smile on this storied, jaded old nameless's face at the end of his life, and its meaning will be interpreted by those who come after.
It's not the answer that's important.
This is what trailblazing is.
Is it really? Yeah, it's like so fucking vague.
Sure. I'm really sorry for bringing down the vibe. Quick, Don Hung, tell us a dad joke to lighten the...
Dad joke.
It's never a bad thing to reflect. One day we'll...
But before that, we still have a long way ahead of us.
So the most important thing right now is to tell the conductor what we saw in Penacony. Then prepare ourselves for our next trailblazing destiny.
I should get back to the Express. Or maybe I could say my final goodbye to Acheron.
Yeah, I'll do it to Acheron. Are you that far away, Hanzo? Yeah, I guess I can just run.
Do you still remember when we first arrived in Penacony? Who would have thought our paths would cross in such a way?
Who exactly are you?
Come to think of it, I didn't even get a chance to formally introduce myself. Simply put, I'm a self-annihilator who was cursed by the Nihility.
Yeah, well, you're cursed.
My hometown was destroyed a long time ago, and the whole world was erased beneath their shadow. In order to fight against the cruel end of self-destruction, I went on a journey, in search of a way to sever the chains of the Nihility. After a long and grueling search, I am convinced that my destination lies within the depths of the dark web, where reality and the Nihility... In there lurks a secret called Device 9. One day, I'll reach it.
What would mean?
The ocean of stars is vast. And given our destinations, I'm afraid our paths may not cross. But the trailblazing expedition ahead is always full of unknowns. And my blade is sharp enough to sever fate. As long as we maintain our original resolve, I believe there will come a day where we will meet again.
Nice. Have we ever met before?
In that case, I must apologize for my rudeness. Do you remember when we first met? Because of the Self-Annihilator's curse, my memories are stripped away, blurring my past. And after our journey together, what I originally thought were familiar feelings were merely illusions.
What if that wasn't an illusion?
What do you mean? It's improbable that you've crossed paths with my past self. What I mean is, there is...
I think I might have seen some. Regardless of the scenario we live in it for.
I see. You've also had a similar experience? Then you should know that this me and your memory of me...
But some things will never change.
Long ago, I too was like you, with irreplaceable companions. We also embarked on journeys, making them... Unfortunately, we didn't achieve the outcome we wanted. But moments like this... In this universe, there exist countless worlds that are similar yet different. And countless people who are alike. I too have wandered alone, encountering acquaintances on strange worlds, seeing their silhouettes over... In your opinion, what does this déjà vu mean?
Perhaps a longing for a certain someone, perhaps some sort of sentimental attachment.
Attachment, desire, longing. They may all be right, but I believe it's not something external. but something that originates within us. An emotion that traverses time from a certain moment. Perhaps it's a source of warmth and happiness. Or maybe it brings pain and sorrow. Each time we reminisce on our past, we always seem to notice a tiny but unforgettable instant that we left behind us, along with certain other things that remain constant. That is a summary of our lives, encapsulating everything about us in these moments. Within them, we glimpse our own essence. And thus, just like everyone in this story, hurtling onwards along the path of destiny with passion and courage for the things that breathe meaning into their lives. Set forth on your voyage without hesitation, Nameless. On the path of the Trailblaze.
Like that.
Even if the ending has been predetermined, that's fine. There are countless things that humans cannot. But before that, on the road towards the end, there are still many. And because of this, the end will thus reveal a completely different me. This is the meaning of journey. All those things, beautiful before, are still so now. It will still bloom at the end of the nihility. Until we meet again beneath the sun's rays.
Wow, that was amazing. Good thing I talked to her. Okay. Oh, he seems in bad mood.
There. Chin up, Pom-Pom. Don't be...
Wow. Your method of consolation is truly unsophisticated.
Still better than just standing there like a scarecrow.
Is Marsh picking Pom-Pom again?
How could you say that? Don't be so mean. And while you're here, why don't you help me? We told Pom-Pom all about our adventure, and they suddenly started crying. I've never seen...
The conductor never cried. Pom-Pom is just angry. Yeah, no matter where the express stops, you lot always manage to cause chaos. My well-thought-out timetable completely ignored. If you carry on like this, that's right. Pom-Pom is just angry. It's not...
It's okay. Everyone, could you all take a break in the next car?
But...
Let's go, Mark.
Alright. He's such a sensitive boy. I didn't have the scissors with me.
I never expected Pom...
Those three nameless must have meant a lot.
No one knows exactly when Pom-Pom boarded the Express, but one can surmise that their journey has been filled with many hellos and goodbyes. The fact that they're crying so hard is probably a good sign. It proves that Pom-Pom's emotions haven't become dulled by the grind of time. They still leave it to Himiko. When it comes to
Pom-Pom said we might run out of fuel.
Well, they were a little emotional at the time, but since you joined us, the Express has stayed longer than anticipated at every stop along the way. And to ensure that everyone always makes it back on board, Pom-Pom has had no choice but to delay.
I see. No wonder I can regularly hear Pom-Pom pacing anxious.
Turns out Pom-Pom's been silent.
Different from typical vehicles, the Astral Express converts every trailblaze into the energy it needs to run. Ideally, as long as trailblazing expeditions continue without interruption, the Express will receive a constant, but because of our previous encounters, fuel is being used up much faster than expected. We can probably only...
Only 2 more? Isn't that super risky? Oh, I don't want to become an ice cube floating around in space again.
At least you'll be a Dora Ice Cube.
when you put it like that, but I don't even want to become an adorable ice cube floating.
Which also means that we must prudently consider our next destination.
Yes, I've already checked the astral charts. The two nearest worlds to us are the oceanic planet of Lushaka and the agate. As for which one we're headed to...
Or perhaps you might consider...
Oh, you're here.
Everyone, we meet again.
It's you! Why were you just in my...
It's a very cute room, Miss March. Just like you.
I know. What are you doing here?
Memo Keeper, let's put aside how you managed to sneak past everyone and board the express.
I just wanted to chat with everyone to see if we could work together. But now, it appears my suggestion...
Please speak candidly. Depending on what you say.
The Permanence's descendant. What a charming little dragon. Especially... But I digress. If the Astral Express is in urgent need, have you all considered this? Perhaps your destination could be a world that even the renowned Akivili never reached. Should you be able to lay down a new stretch of silver rail?
Trailblazing to a world that even Akivili...
Continue, Memo Keeper. This destination of which you speak, what...
A world that many across the universe don't even know. A world hidden away from outside observation. Its presence only revealed by the light from the mirror. A world fettered by 3 paths. Its destiny, the eternal land, Amphorius.
I hope I'm not too late, child.
I wasn't expecting it to be you.
Don't you know how many sentry posts the family has built? And how hard it is to get you out of here?
Looks like my time's up.
What do you mean? What?
Negotiation, interrogation, or death. My fate, the dance, is done. Why bother with the compassionate pretense and give someone who's...
Despite your fall from grace, you still look well. I'm very glad to see that you're so...
Do not insult my pride with half-veiled sarcasm. Have you specially come to see me, just to sate your
Oh, of course not. I merely came to fulfill your younger sister's wishes. To offer you a generous trade. That is, if you're willing to accept.
Robin?
To build a true haven where everyone can attain peace. That's the oath between... If I told you there was still a chance to realize this vow. I recognize the gravity of this question. Which is why
So
you
he's not
don't
gonna
have to
die?
answer me right now. Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See...
I will not...
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your... a word of advice for you before we part ways. A word of warning from someone who's been in your shoes before.
Huh? Really?
Life is too short to miss out on golden opportunities.
Oh, let's see. All right. interludes. Alright, so I'll probably end it here. So hope you enjoy. Out. Bye.